If you wait that get in place.
This time I'd like to call the meeting to order. Mr. White, would you lead us in the invocation, please?
Sure. Let's pray. Heavenly Father, we just thank you for allowing us to be together, County Council and our community, during this first meeting of this year. We just thank you for everything that you have been to us. Right now, we just ask that you would just guide us through this meeting tonight. We ask that you would just be with us all through the year as we make decisions, as we govern this county. We ask that you would just continue to touch us and be with us. These blessings and all others, we ask in your precious Son, Jesus Christ's name, for a second. Amen.
Amen. Yes, sir. This time I'd like to declare a quorum. We've got everybody present. I'll get a motion to approve the agenda.
So moved. Second.
The motion's been properly moved and second to approve the agenda. Is there any discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any motion carries. Can I get an approval for approval of minutes for December?
Declaration?
Yes.
Okay.
Approval of minutes for December 20th, 2023 regular county council meeting. Can I get a motion to approve those minutes?
So moved. Second.
Motion's been, it's been a motion and a second to approve the minutes for December 20th meeting. Is there any discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. At this time, I'd like to welcome everybody out. I think we've got quite a bit. We'll try to get through it as quickly as possible. This time, we'll jump right into public comments. Ms. Ann Rice, she has various.
Happy New Year to everybody. Merry Christmas and everything. I didn't get to see y'all right before Christmas, so. But anyway, we've got several things to talk about. First of all, good news from Keep Allendale County Beautiful. We got 2 grants from the state and national organization. One is operating, and the other is a beautification. The beautification is going to be used to put some shrubbery at the animal shelter and to help with the recycling center in Allendale. So they'll be getting with them to.
Is that all the recycle centers?
No, just the one in Allendale where they took up the things.
Okay.
Right there on the.
What's the total amount of both grants?
I do not know. When Cindy comes, she can tell you. I'm just giving you the little bit of news.
All right.
And I think the sheriff's department gave the drone because of being connected with us. They were able to apply for a grant, so we're thrilled with that.
Is that enforcement? Okay. Okay.
So that's a huge thing for Keep Allendale County Beautiful to allow the county to get, you know.
But does that include the camera?
Oh, we've already bought cameras and given them to them.
We already bought cameras, we got.
You got them located
We
already?
got 20 cameras that we bought, and they're putting them up.
Are they all up?
No, we got 4 out right now, but we had some putting together that.
You gonna spread them throughout the county more or less?
We have a problem with the trash.
Yeah. And all over?
Oh, and the other thing is that we did get a conviction on littering. Someone was fined $500 and 8 hours of public service. So we hope that's going to get the message to people, you know, that they just can't throw trash everywhere.
It looks like we might have got another one today, huh?
Good.
$3,000 worth of tickets.
That's wonderful. Anyway, just the good news. Okay, then the meeting is Monday at 5:30 at the Brandt Building. It's coming Monday. The Allendale County Historical Society is having the annual meeting on the 25th. If y'all pass those around.
Got a
And-
picture today on that.
It's really a special program.
Got a picture today.
I don't know how many of y'all saw it, but back in the 70s, most of y'all aren't as old as I am. But Joe Topper and Zania Lawton did a slideshow with old pictures of Allendale. And we've gotten the slideshow and converted it, so that's what this show will be.
Okay.
So I think it will be a huge, really nice for people to see, so as far as it'll go. The third thing is the leadership meeting of the elected officials, the county councils and town councils, is the 29th at 6 o'clock at the Brandt Building.
29th?
Monday. the 29th. It's the 5th Monday. You should not have a regular meeting that night.
And what you said this Monday?
This Monday is Keep Allen County Beautiful. And y'all are welcome to come anytime you want to. It's at 5:30. And then February the 4th, the Squaw Savannah United Methodist Church is going to be having Boy Scouts Sunday, honoring all the Boy Scouts, but particularly those that were members of Troop 31, which our church sponsored. And they're all invited to come, and we're going to have a barbecue dinner, so we're looking forward to. I think Jason, you were a Boy Scout, weren't you? So you should have. But anybody else that has a Boy Scout or whatever, that was are welcome to come. And then February the 27th, we have 2 presentations at the theater that day, one at 11 for the students, and then one at 6 o'clock for the general public. And it's put on by the Pure Theater. Pass that. And it's the story of Septima Clark. And she was an African-American lady who was very influential in the civil rights movement. So I think, I hope all of y'all will try to come to that, because I think it will be Septima Clark. She's from South Carolina. Charleston.
Yeah.
So,
We got something named after it there.
I hope that y'all spread the word with all your friends and organizations, and let's have a good turnout for that. Okay, that's it. Y'all have any questions about what I have?
How we stand on the billing?
I'm asking you about that. I
I
asked Jamie to check on it for me.
Okay.
And I followed up on your phone call, and it's being looked into.
Okay.
We're just trying to, with the
I'm sure it's got more damage now with all the rain we've had and tarps off of it.
But we still holding on that SRSN money, right?
Y'all got $12,000 of our money for that. It's for match. And then we've got $10,000 that Dominion gave us. And and then y'all were supposed to do the roof as match for the third one.
Yeah.
So those are the matches for those 3 grants that we've been awarded. So.
Right. Okay.
But just waiting patiently.
I know you're ready to get in.
Yeah, we would, but there's gonna be a good bit of work to be done, so. Thank you.
Thank you. Ms. Elaine Zapp?
She said she'd be right back, Matthew. She got an alarm going off in the courthouse downstairs. Oh, it was a fire alarm, but she said it's downstairs.
What you want to do? Go ahead and come back? Or?
Yeah, why don't we do that?
All right, we're just going to proceed, and when she gets back, we'll go back to her and give her 3 minutes. We've got no visitors. So we'll start with council reports. I'll be first. I'll try to be fast. I'd like to thank our treasurer, Ms. Valerie Smith, for submitting paperwork to the state to give an extension on our financial audit being turned in. I think we have until March 31st, is that right? Thank you for doing that for us. I spoke to Ms. Lewis, and she has assured me that our new audit will be starting fairly soon. Got a few obstacles to overcome before they start that, but it should be starting very soon is what I've told. So I've got a new list of committees. We made a few changes. Just try to split some things up a little bit. I'll just go over them real quick. Tax and Finance, Chairman Bill Robinson and Matthew Connolly. Cultural Arts, Tourism and Parks, Chairwoman Willa Jennings and Ms. Teresa Taylor. Business Services, Chairman Jamie White and Bill Robinson. That's Planning and Zoning. Public Services, Chairman Ms. Teresa Taylor and Matthew Connolly. Human Resources and Public Works, Chairman Bill Robinson and Jamie White. Airport, Jamie White and Willa Jennings. Southern Carolina Alliance, myself, Ms. Teresa Taylor. I did receive a letter from Southern Carolina. We need a new appointee for that. Mr. Carl Gooden's term had expired. I would like to nominate him for another 3-year term. He is a founding member of it and has served on the Alliance since its beginning. Next up, Three Rivers Solid Waste, Teresa Taylor, and I'm gonna serve as alternate. We had Berta Rears alternate last year. Three Rivers Technology, Teresa Taylor, and I'll serve as alternate. Allendale County Hospital, Ms. Willa Jennings and Matthew Connolly. Have a grievance committee. We may need to change this. I'm not sure. Tremaine Manuel, Josh Delk, Carol Graham, James Hicks, and Angela Flowers. Our COG board, we had a change. The Lower Savannah Council of Government, Allendale County board members requires by bylaw to have 4 elected officials and 2 non-elected citizens. Mayor Riley from Fairfax obviously did not run for election, so I'm gonna nominate Butch Sauls, the new mayor, for Fairfax. We had a change on the TAC committee, which is Transportation Advisory Committee. Mr. Joe Mole is going to resign, and we'll nominate Mr. Jamie White. Regional Agent Advisory Committee, Barbara Lewis and Ms. Willa Jennings. Workforce Development Board, Delaney Hudson. We had Christy Hudson, our past HR director, on here, so we need to come up with somebody to serve on that board. Everything else stays the same. With these nominations being said, I'd like to entertain a motion to accept Mr. Carl Gooding to serve another 3-year term on SCA, to accept Mayor Butch Sauls as board member for Allendale County, and to accept, I don't have to accept Jamie because that's my appointment, right? Or do we need to do it anyway?
No, I think the only, Mr. Sauls, we gotta put that up for vote.
All right, so
And
I'll,
also, if, we had a TAC committee on yesterday in Bamberg, and I always thought Mr. Mole was an alternate. Is that,
No, actually, there's,
there's 3 of us?
may I, Mr. Chairman?
yes, sir.
There's 3 from each county, sir. So
Yeah.
there's usually an elected official, there's somebody who has the planning knowledge or engineering knowledge,
Yeah.
and the planner, so yeah.
Well,
So there's always 3 from each county,
yeah,
sir.
I know he was called yesterday, but I know for a while when I was on there, he was an alternate to me, so. And of course, we gonna be reviewing the bylaws, which we scheduled to do that at our next quarterly meeting, so. Just wanted to get clarification on that.
So we only need to vote on Mayor Sauls?
I think Mayor Sauls and also your nominee for the TAC committee, and you said Jamie?
Yes, sir.
Okay, all right.
All right, so I'd like to entertain a motion to accept those 2.
The only thing I would say on that, those meetings are generally at 10 o'clock, and we travel the whole 6-county region generally, what we try to do. But we only have 2 or 3 meetings a year at the most, so.
You ready to swing that? Okay. Can I get a motion to accept those?
Also on Mr. Carl Gooding,
Mhm.
I think we gotta vote on that too. Because I know Ms. Jennings had indicated she wanted to serve, and I'll let you speak. I know you talked with Danny on that.
I did. I spoke with him earlier this year, and when we met at Salkehatchie, and I expressed my concerns for serving on the committee, and he informed me at that time that Mr. Gooding's time would expire this year, and it would be left up to council who they would put on there.
I did get a letter from them, and they were recommending his, nomination, stating that he was a founding member of the SCA organization and served since its inception. Mr. Gooden has been an excellent director for the Alliance and has represented Allendale County well. So, no reflection upon you, but just from a respect standpoint of somebody being there since its inception, I think I'd like to nominate Mr. Carl Gooden to serve. And I would like to entertain a motion to accept him, please.
Well, I'd like to nominate myself to serve. Mr. Chair.
Well, I think we handle one motion at a time.
Okay. One what?
So, one motion at a time.
Okay.
If we have a motion to accept Mr. Gooding. Do we have a motion to accept Mr. Gooding to serve? Is that not, I thought that was the, that's been the chairman's nomination, I thought. I thought the chairman had been appointed to that. that person? That's the way it's been since I've been here.
I think my recollection, it always come up, we've never had a problem with it, and I don't think it's a chair appointment, but I certainly could be wrong. We usually take the chair recommendation, and certainly Southern Carolina Alliance recommendation, and that's what we have. And Mr. Chairman, I think we need to go ahead and do the tag, and then come back and do the other one, the Low Savannah.
All right, could I get
Okay.
a nominate, could I get a motion to accept Mr. Jamie White to serve on the TAC committee?
So move.
Second.
Got a motion and a second to accept Jamie White. Is there any discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
Mr. Sauls.
Next, I'd like to get a motion to accept Mayor Butch Sauls to serve on the Lower Savannah Council of Governments Board of Directors for Allendale County.
So moved, Mr. Chairman.
Second.
Motion's been properly moved and second. Is there any discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. All right, and then I'd like to get a motion to accept my nomination of Mr. Carl Gooden to serve on the Southern Carolina Alliance. Is there a motion to accept Mr. Carl Gooden? Can I make a motion, Walter?
You should, not as chairperson.
Can I, though? Legally, can I?
Yeah, you can.
but
Yeah.
customarily, they don't, you don't.
You know, another thing, Mr. Chair, if I may, you know, whenever we get recommendations from other entities, either we will be consistent or not be consistent. Because every time it comes up for re-election for, I'm gonna use one of our guests tonight, and I hope she don't mind, Ms. Ann. They always recommend that the SRS recommend that they reappoint her back to the board. And we don't never say yea or nay, or, you know, go through the discussion. We always take the recommendation of the organization. So, and ever since I've been here, they have been always reappointing same officers other than the one that term expired. You know, so either we go, all I'm saying, we need to be consistent. Either we gonna take what the recommendation of these organizations, when they recommend back, like Mr. Robinson, he's always been on a certain board, and they always send a letter saying they want to reappoint him back to the board. So is these boards option? If not options, we just need to be consistent.
I think you're right, but I think if there's other nominations, we take recommendation, but that doesn't exclude any other nomination.
I just want to make sure that we just
Yeah.
either follow the suit, or we can intervene and
Sure.
nominate someone else. It doesn't matter either way, but I'm just saying how we used
I
to do.
understand.
Now, all of a sudden, things are changing. So if you can change, you have to be consistent.
And the chairman's appointed it for the 3 years that I've been here.
Well, it is your position to make appointments to these boards as chair. We've always done it by the chair.
And that's the way it's been done since I've been here. I know with SCA that, well, the 2 years that I was here that Rick was chairman, I know he made the recommendations. So, how do we want to proceed? Any opinions?
I think when you were placed on the SCA board, it came before us.
Right. But see, that was, again, recommendation.
But it came before council.
Right.
We said yeah or nay.
Right.
Okay. And I don't see this being any different, you know. But I think in the past,
Well, I appointed Ms. Taylor. I don't,
yeah, we voted on that. You can check the records. I mean, we gave you the nod, yeah.
well, I'm gonna stick by my nomination. I think, Mr. Gooden being there for 26 years speaks pretty highly of himself. I know he's traveled all over the world advocating for this county, and from a respect standpoint alone, I would love to see him continue to represent Allendale County. So this time I'm gonna ask one more time for a motion to accept Carl Gooden's nomination to SCA. Guess we'll move on then. Do we have any other nominations?
I did nominate myself.
All right, is there a motion to accept Ms. Will Jennings on Southern Carolina? Is there any motion to accept Ms. Will Jennings' nomination?
A second.
Are you making the motion?
I can make the motion.
All right, we got a motion to accept.
She says she nominated herself, but I can certainly make the motion.
Is there a second?
That was the second, because I nominated myself.
Well, if that's the case, then I would have had a motion, if it would have been a motion from me nominating Carl.
Well, I think Walter, for his chairman not being able to make a nomination or making a motion, generally, it's kind of unheard of, but it's not.
So, Ms. Jennings, are you making a motion to accept, to appoint yourself?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you're second.
Well, she's actually, you're making a nomination, you're nominating yourself to the position.
Mm-hmm.
So
Let's ask Walter. Can you nominate yourself?
Yes.
I think you can maybe nominate yourself, because just like he nominated Carl, then you will need a motion from someone else and a second.
Yeah.
With Carl, no one made the motion and there wasn't a second, so it died.
So I should make the motion to nominate her, that's what you're saying? She can't nominate herself?
I would not think you can,
Okay.
well, you can nominate yourself, but you're making a motion to accept the nomination.
I second the nomination. That's basically
No,
what
We need a
what I'm
motion.
saying is,
We need a motion.
she's nominated. Someone has to make
Yeah.
a motion to accept her.
she's putting her name in the hat, so it gotta be a motion to accept her as
Right.
the member of SEA. And I make that motion.
All right, we got a motion to accept Will Jennings on the Southern Carolina Alliance Board. Do I have a second? Got a motion to accept Ms. Will Jennings as board member for Southern Carolina Alliance. Do I have a second? All right, failed to have a second, so I guess we will move on. Guess we just proceed, right? Just go on about our business? Well, and just readdress it another time?
Second.
Excuse me?
The motion dies for lack of a second.
Okay. All right, so moving on. I think that is the end of my report.
I have a question, Mr. Chair.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, because both motions died for Mr. Gooding and for myself. So does it mean that that position now is vacant?
Well, his seat does not expire until April
2024.
of 2024.
So we have to do it again? Okay.
And that's the end of my report. And now we'll go back to Ms. Elaine Sabb. We'll get you in real quick for your public comment.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Just want to talk briefly of council. The Allendale County Relay for Life government team is planning an event for February the 10th, and it's going to be at the National Guard Armory. And I'm standing before you today to ask for a donation in support of that event. I spoke with Ms. Chanel, and she told me the amount that we're asking for. We could come upon it, and she actually will be willing to give it to the event team or the event committee out of her budget. But she said she would do it. And the amount is, I didn't ask council to support the cantata, which you guys did last year with the $1,500 donation, as well as the dance competition that we had for the County Relay for Life team, and you guys gave $250. I'm only asking for $500 for this event. And Ms. Chanel says she'll be willing to take it out of her budget. She said it is doable.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah, all right, thank you.
Thank you.
All right, moving on, we've got Mr. William Robinson, Senior.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Bill Robinson.
Thank you, Chairman. just a few things. And of course, to all elected officials, county as well as municipalities, we are having Roy Costner, who is our president of the South Carolina Association of Counties. He will be in the Tri-County area next Thursday, January 25th. He will be at Baltimore County Council Chamber, 51 Irving Street. We will begin with a little reception. The time frame is from 4 to 5:45, and Roy pretty much is coming down. We thought we would do a Tri-County, Allendale, Baldwin, and Bamberg, and instead of having Roy come from Pickens 3 different times, he's been trying to visit each of the counties and pretty much get input on how the association can better serve the elected officials throughout the state. He's been around to several counties, and we thought when we met at our December meeting in Greenville, along with the association member from Bamberg and the association member from trustees from Baltimore County, we all 3 talked about it, thought it would be a great event for him to come. So I asked him that you mark your calendar for next Thursday, 4 o'clock at the Baltimore Council Chamber, and come out and meet and greet Roy and kind of give some input on how the association can better serve us. And I know you got a lot of questions on what we do. As you know, we have about 3 to 4 events per year, and it's not well attended from our region, but we do receive a lot of information. And actually next month we have our legislative day. We will be in Columbia and go up and visit our legislators. And I think it will be a great time to meet with them. I know we're trying to plan some items that we'd like to present to our legislative delegation. Maybe next month would be an excellent time to do it. Secondly, we met last Monday in North Augusta. This was a SRS CRO sponsored event where we met with DOE officials out of DC. As you know, the plan is changing from environmental management to NNSA. And we have representatives from NNSA, a great reception. We had Baltimore folks there, and I represented Allendale County, and it looks like and just for information, going from an EM to NNSA, it means instead of on the close down of the site and cleanup, NNSA actually will bring additional jobs. And as Ann, who's secretary for or treasurer for the CRO, knows so well, that we've been fighting for years to change the classification from EM to NNSA, because it does mean a better future. And the plans right now, there will be several thousand jobs coming to the site, and they're constantly hiring. If you see our numbers, we went from about 110 over the last 10 years down to about 45 to 50, and if I remember correctly, we were pretty low on the number of, we lost about half of the. It's low now. It's low now. It's low now. Well, the last time I took a look at it, and we get it quarterly. So there's plenty of opportunity for our residents to be hired at SRS. So, and with NNSA coming in, that's going to really mean more opportunities. And so we're happy to see that the site will become a NNSA operated site. Also, on yesterday, we met in Bamberg County. This is our TAC committee, Transportation Advisory Committee for Lower Savannah. Met in Baltimore, re-elected our president and our vice president, namely Mr. Houston from Baltimore and Mr. Johnson from Bamberg County. There's a couple projects you've seen going on here in Allendale. We only have one project left, and that's the 125 Bluff Road project. That should be, they've started work and they stopped, but we expect that intersection to be completed within the next 2 to 3 months. The next big project will begin within the next 3 to 6 months is replacement of the 301 Savannah River Bridge. That's going to be a 2-year project. So within the next 6 months, the right-of-way is being bought as we speak. The contract will be let probably within the next 6 months. And that activity will go on for about 2 years. But it's going to be a wider, bigger bridge to cross into Georgia or to come over here. So it's a major, huge project for this region. The new thing that came up yesterday was the 125, the Burke County Bridge. And that means crossing over from SRS into Burke County. And for folks who work at Plant Vogel, if we could get a bridge somewhere, and I'm thinking somewhere near the TNX area, which is about 10 miles into the site, would be an ideal location for a bridge. Of course, it's going to have to be approved by DOE. This was brought to the committee from Baldwin County. Their county council have already approved a resolution. Burke County Council has also approved a resolution to at least study and hopefully at some point, we can't say when, but it will cut down. It takes about 50 minutes from Allendale to get to Plant Vogel. If we had that bridge at the site, you could save at least 10, 15 minutes at the most, and it'd be a straight shot over into Burke County. So that's something to look forward in the future, and I certainly will be keeping you posted. And lastly, I want to commend one of our employees. We don't always hear good things about county employees, but Mr. Jason Smith, I want to thank Jason. Over the weekend, I got a call from Jason on an incident that was out in the St. Martin Road area, and he stayed until the work was taken care of, volunteered to do it when he didn't have to. But the main thing, he notified county management. They gave the approval to do the work. He stuck with it, stayed with it to be able to show the other county employees the situation that was occurring. So Jason, I want to say thank you for that. It certainly, as we have already seen, we had a similar incident about 2 years ago, and now we're dealing with a lawsuit. So he actually protected the county quite a bit, and I appreciate what you did.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Thank you.
And also Mr. All was also part of that, and as well as our administrator. I notified both of them, and they were on top of it. Jason, on his own time, stayed with it about 3 or 4 hours until it was taken care of. So, again, thank you. That's my report, sir.
Mr. Bill Terry was there on that also.
Yes, Mr. Terry also.
Thank you. Ms. Taylor?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I got a report from the EMS report. It's paramedics hourly was 2, paramedic salary was 2, advanced emergency medical technology hours was 2, emergency medical technical hours was 2. County EMS paramedics work 80 hours bi-weekly and average 16 hours overtime in the paid period. Calls reported from December the 18th, 2023 to January 15th, 2024. Total emergency calls transported from Allendale County Hospital, 72. Total calls transported from the county was 46. Other information, on Friday, December 22nd, 2023, Mr. Sabb was informed by a member of Jackson First Alert that the Allendale County Hospital entered into an agreement with Jackson First Alert outside of Jackson, South Carolina. Mr. Sabb, no, it was the county, it is the county of Allendale best practice to interfere with agreement between two entities beyond its control. However, Mr. Sabb wants to clear the air about the information that was presented to members of the council. Mr. Sabb nor anyone associated with the Allendale County Rescue Squad had any knowledge of the agreement that was made between the Allendale County Hospital and Jackson First Alert. As a director of EMS and captain of the Allendale County Rescue Squad, Mr. Sabb prioritized is to be that we have unit ready, available to answer 911 calls within Allendale County. Sometime meet that needs. Allendale County Hospital may need to obtain outside resources to move patients from one facility to another. Allendale County Rescue Squad, Allendale County EMS Squad has no problem with that. However, when a community partner such as Allendale County Hospital agreement with the Jackson First Alert has no problem with agreement with Jackson First Alert granted permission for non-insurance patients who are transported out of Allendale County Hospital after 90 days. That is an issue. Mr. Sabb is only entering into this agreement. Mr. Sabb only entered this in my report to council for y'all to be aware of. The Allendale County Emergency Medical Service and Allendale County Rescue Squad will serve the citizens of Allendale County as best as they can. Again, Mr. Sabb just want to make the council aware if it is told to you that Allendale County EMS and Allendale County Rescue Squad is not acting in the best interest of the county citizens, And he should also share that he applied for several grants and applied for 4 grants, and he received, as of now, currently, he received $5,000 from CSX Foundation Award. A grant was awarded. $25,000 awarded Savannah Nucleus Grant. $6,000 EMS grant is added, aid was awarded from the state, and Winthrop family grant pending until February 1st. He wrote all these grants and want to let y'all know that I think that was an awesome job that Mr. Lish Sabb, the director of EMS and his rescue squad, wrote these grants, and these funds came to Allendale County. You know, like you said, you don't hear nothing good, so we need to let people know when something's good, that he wrote 4 grants for Allendale County and he received them.
What's the total amount of those grants?
As I stated, it was,
The total amount?
okay, 10, 31, let me get a calculator. 35, about approximately $40,000 he wrote and got from this county.
Very good.
But to be clear, let me make sure I don't want to say the wrong thing. $41,000 total.
Great.
That's all. Also, the email that we received that, from you, Mr. Conley, about the projects we're thinking about doing for the county, there was some office left out, and I just want to let you know that I contacted the JO, Emergency Management, EMS, Voters Registration, the Auditor's Office, I'm still in the Treasurer's Office, and I still have 4 more to go, and that's Bridget's office, the Tax's office, Harvey's office, Magistrate's office, and the coroner. So I know you had mentioned that in your email, so I want to let you know that I am checking to follow up on what you're asking us to do for the projects.
Thank you, ma'am. Is that all?
That's all, sir.
Thank you. Mr. White?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I'm going to be very brief. Just to let everyone know, I always bring an update about our Planning and Zoning Commission and the development of the comprehensive plan. The next meeting on that is going to be February 13th at 6 o'clock at the Brandt Building.
February 13th.
Yes, it's on Tuesday. And I also want to take an opportunity just to bring to everyone's attention. I don't know how well it's been advertised. You know, when we think about everything that's going to be going on in our community, in our county, over the next year, 2 to 3, there's going to be a countywide youth summit at Magdalene Christian Church. It's going to be Saturday at 2:00 p.m. And the purpose of the summit is to promote educational opportunities, anti-violence and anti-drugs. So I just wanted to take the opportunity to let everybody know about that, this meeting, because I think it's going to be essential for our county to embrace those type of events for our young people. And that's all I have.
Thank you, sir. Ms. Jennings?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Good evening, everyone, and Happy New Year to you. The first thing I want to report on is the Office of Aging, the roofing problem that exists, and it has existed now from my understanding, for several years. And right now, you know, we're in danger of that roof collapsing if we don't get something done to it. DeJuan Smith has gotten 1 bid. I know we have to get 3, but he's just getting out of the hospital, and I have a copy of the bid for you. But anyway, it's from Hickson Company Commercial Roofing, and it's $24,000.
We don't need to announce it.
Okay.
We don't have those bids, sorry.
Okay, but did you get a copy?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. But
Sorry.
I'm sorry.
Didn't mean to interrupt you, but
Well, correct me, please.
Yeah.
You know, correct me. I don't mind. I don't mind criticism.
no, I'm not criticizing. I just
I
want to
mean,
throw that number
correct
out
me
there.
when I'm wrong. I don't mind.
No.
And my next item that I would like for the county to look at, it needs to be visited, the application for the use of the Brandt building. That application needs to be looked at again because it has some generic statements in it, and if someone is using the building, and I know you have to get rid of your trash and whatever, and when you use the building, but we don't have any dumpsters, you don't have nowhere to put the trash, and if you have an event at night, the convenience centers are closed. I mean, what do you do? I mean, do you haul the trash in your cars? I mean, it's not stated on here if a person or a group rent the building. It's not stated on this application what they should do. You know, sweep the floor, empty the trash, you know, because this is what they're being told after the fact.
It doesn't say clean up afterwards?
Well, it says leave it in the condition you found it, but it says leave it. But attorney, I mean, if it's not written what you're supposed to do, can you hold a person responsible for it?
But also, if you say leave it in the condition you find it, and that tells me that if I walk in and you got trash all over the place, when I leave, I'm gonna leave the trash there. But if it's clean, then I'm gonna try to clean it
Well,
up.
my question is, you know, where do you put the trash?
Well, I just used it a couple weeks ago, and luckily, we used the 2 trash can that was there.
Well, you
And-
can't leave the trash in the trash can. That's what I was told. You cannot leave trash in the trash can. So I'm just asking that it be revisited and some explanation is given exactly what the renters are supposed to do. And once they sign the paper, you know, stating, you know, if the county says these are the things that you are required to do, then and they sign it, then they're responsible for it. But it's not listed on this application that I presented to you tonight. It's not on here. It's not telling people. Yes?
The only thing it says is properly cleaned, and what you're saying, y'all need to define what properly cleaning means.
But properly cleaned, you know, some people may not clean the same way, you know.
Well, I think we need to get a committee together, a public service committee.
Well, I think that falls under Ms. Jennings and Ms. Taylor's Cultural Arts, Tourism, Parks committee.
Under what?
The committee that you and Ms. Taylor serve on, the Cultural Arts and Tourism.
Okay, we can
I
take
think
care
if
of
y'all
that.
make a recommendation to the attorney and he can get something drawn up for us.
Okay, I can do that.
Sound good?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, my next item, it deals with Parks and Recreation. I spoke to our interim administrator several weeks ago. In fact, I spoke to county council about doing a park in the St. Mark area. And of course, that was sort of put on the side for right now. And I also spoke to council about the Martin Park needs a restroom. And there's a restroom, it doesn't have one. And I spoke to the interim administrator about monies in the park fund, that was there anything available that fund could be used to build a restroom? I don't know how the park fund works, but could it be used to build a restroom at the Martin Park, or could it be used for the park in the St. Mark area? And so she did some research, and she said that she found in the park funds $80,000. Oh, I can't say that? Can I say that? Yeah. Okay. She found $80,000, and I like council to look into that or consider doing a bathroom at the Martin Park with the park money, if that's appropriate, if it can be done. And also the St. Mark Park, if you could look at that, Mr. Chairman, and see if it's possible that we could use some of those funds for that. And maybe we could discuss it later, but I just wanted to bring it to your attention that Chanel said that the money was there and could it be used. Mr. Chairman.
You want my opinion on it?
No.
Okay.
No, I don't want your opinion.
That's information.
No, sir.
I think I'm just like Matt, I think the,
Ulmer needs one too then.
yeah.
Who?
The Ulmer Park might need some restrooms too.
Well, we could do that
I'm
too.
just kidding.
Okay.
I'm kidding.
We could do that too.
No.
Okay, my next item on what I'm gonna discuss is that, well, some of you may not know, but anyway, I am the chairman of the Allendale County Democratic Party, and once a month, I meet with someone from our delegation. Ms. Taylor do too. Once a month, I meet with someone from our delegation, and it was recommended, this was several weeks ago, that Allendale County Council provide them with a list of what we need done for the county. But now he said that they're not going to do everything on that list. So we can give them a long list, and then they're going to, the council is going to give them a list first, and then they will decide which one they will be funded. So that was a state delegation, which consists of Senator Brad Hutto, which he was here a few weeks ago, and Representative Lonnie Hosey. And then, however, I also spoke with representative from Congressman Clyburn's office, and that is on the federal level. And I was told just this week that we need to have two separate requests. We need to request whatever we want on the federal level. We need to invite them to come to a meeting. And I told them I would present it to council, that we would ask whomever from the federal level to come to a meeting to meet with us to discuss some of our needs, and then of course on the state level with Representative Hosey and Senator Brad Hutto. And so the Representative Hosey said we need to get that to him or them as soon as possible. we need to get that list as soon as possible so that they can meet with us to let us know what is it that they can give us on those projects.
Are you recommending that we meet as a council and come up with a list? I know everybody's kind of doing it. I heard Ms. Taylor say that she's got a couple more offices that she got to investigate and get info. Matt sent a list last night on some things, and I think you working on some things. What I like to see us do, because I can go back to the list I made 3 years ago and we didn't do anything on it, but I'm glad to see everybody participating on getting a request to our legislative delegation as well as the federal delegation. But I think to do it right, we need to meet as a council and go over that list and pick out some priorities for this county and submit it.
Yeah, and then that was my thought, everybody kind of come up with your own list with numbers and get everything that we can think of and then sit down and try to prioritize.
And I'm hoping, man, I say February the 21st and 20th, we're gonna be in Columbia. I think most of us gonna be. It may be a great time to meet with the delegation at the time, at least the state delegation. Yeah. We're gonna be at the State House and maybe we can get them out for a meal or something,
Yeah, sounds good.
All right.
Is that it, Ms. Jennings?
Not yet.
Okay.
A little bit more. No.
I understand.
Okay. Also, when I was in a conversation with Congressman Clyburn's office, and this is something that I have been wanting, before I even became a member of this council, and I've been in discussion with Congressman Clyburn about it, and that is Allendale County. Allendale County is one of, well, actually maybe three counties that do not have a state park. We don't have a state park. And of course, I'm still looking into how can we get a state park. And I know Ms. Ann Rice has been working out at the Welcome Center, which that's a great location to have the state park. But I spoke with a representative of Congressman Clyburn's office just this week, and he said, tell your council to ask for it. Ask for it. So I'm telling the council that Allendale County, it would be good if we could have us a state park. Wouldn't you agree?
Absolutely. I just wonder if Ann would give that up.
Well, I mean, we just talked about this group, the second 250, because it'd be a wonderful place for a revolutionary park. Since we're really working on that and we just got a grant besides.
Well,
We have a trail there already, so it would be a matter of.
Well, I just threw out that location. It doesn't have to be there, it could be in Oakland.
I think it's a great location. Could be ours.
But anyway, I think that the council should consider it, and not just put it in the back of our minds that we should go forward with that.
Otherwise, you think that should be part of our list to our federal delegation?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Okay. Also, I only have two more things, okay. On Tuesday, January the 23rd at 10 o'clock in the morning, Channel 6 will be doing a story on the civil rights movement that took place here many years ago. They will be meet me at Ms. Ann Rice. I was a part of the civil rights movement as well, okay? Okay. Channel 6 will be meeting me at 220 Georgia Avenue, 10 o'clock Tuesday morning, and they're going to do a story on the civil rights movement. And they wanted me to do some walking like I did back then, but since I broke my toe this week, I can't do that. But they will be here at 10 o'clock Tuesday morning at 220 Georgia Avenue. And then and this is my last one, Mr. Chairman, and the very
next day,
on January 24th at 2 o'clock, also at 220 Georgia Avenue, the South Carolina State Party is sponsoring a bus tour coming to Allendale. Hampton County has also been invited to come to the headquarters that day, but our guest speaker for that day will be the Governor of California, Gavin Newsom. And that will take place at, I saw your eyes stretch, okay? Yeah, well, he'll be here. At 2 o'clock on January the 24th, and it's gonna be a fish fry. It's a free fish fry. Anybody, want fish, welcome to come, and eat free fish, but you're invited to come. I don't know, the bus, this is not sponsored by the local party, this is sponsored by the state, so I don't know what all is involved in it, but I received the call today and informed me that Governor Gavin Newsom will be our speaker for that particular day. And Mr. Chairman, I'm done.
All right, thank you, Ms. Jennings. Next, we have our interim county administrator report, Ms. Chanel Lewis. She's not with us tonight. She's in the Charleston area taking some classes and some training. So we'll skip over her and go to county attorney report, Mr. Walter Sanders.
Okay, I do have something in executive session which is on the agenda. And the other thing I had was the business license ordinance. Next on the agenda, do you want me to go ahead and make my comments on that now?
Sure.
Okay. You only asked me to review the ordinance that has been presented by the administration, and the ordinance is fine. It's basically the template that everybody in the state is using now, whether you're a municipality or a county. The problem is there are a lot of, if you look at the printed, for the second reading, in this ordinance, there are some highlighted things that I don't think the county has done. Now, I was hoping that Chanel was going to be here because I understand when Bert was here that Bert and Chanel and Joe and someone else went to Somerville, I think, to look at their license and their operation. But there are certain things in here, if you look, like the date that it is,
That's page 3.
Yeah.
on
Page
page
two.
2.
Page
On page 2, you have to do the date, when it would go into effect, and on page A1, you can add additional subclasses if you want to. And then on page 4, you can have declining rates instead out required. And then you also have a addendum that, and I don't think it's been done, as far as I know, where you insert the county business license class schedule, which needs to be done. What you probably need, the county needs to do is to get someone who is familiar with this.
We do have that. I don't know why it's in here. It was presented to us previously.
It could have been.
I think it
That
may
was a
just be.
bunch of information we got early on.
Yeah. The class schedule was included, I think, in the original ordinance that we received. I don't know why it's not here now, but that's something we can get in before the public hearing night.
Right. I would suggest you have your second reading, but before you have your
Right.
third reading and public hearing, you need to make sure that the ordinance is complete.
Okay.
That's all I have.
All right.
And Walter, you said about getting somebody to do what?
Well, if you look at this, it's very complicated, and you need someone who's familiar with how to implement it, is the main thing.
You think implementation is gonna be our problem?
Probably, you're gonna have to hire someone probably to do it. And probably some people to help them too, because it's fairly complicated.
All right, moving on to old business, second reading of business license ordinance.
Mr. Chairman, make a motion, in name only, the second reading of our business license.
Got a motion to accept the second reading of the business license ordinance. Is there a second?
Second.
Have a motion and a second to accept the second reading of the business license ordinance. Is there any other discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. We have no new business, so now it's executive session. Can I get a motion?
So moved.
Take a 5-minute break.
Second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
call the meeting back to general, open session.
Mr. Chairman,
Yes, sir.
make a motion, we adjourn.
Second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
And Mr. Chair, can we have copies of those committees that you just readjusted? Do you have
Yep,
copies of those?
I've got, I need to add